Hi guys, I'm Noelle, and today I'm going to show you how I made this handy dandy office sign with my Aeon Mira 7S red line laser. This sign is going to be for the home office, and it's going to be made up of various layers. The bottom layer is a wood look acrylic. The second layer is a frame to hold the sliding door up off the bottom. The next layer is a frame that holds the actual sliding door. And then the top layer is a frame just to cover what's underneath. Okay, let's get started designing in Lightburn. You'll see I have made notes to myself in blue letters. This blue is the T2 layer. It's a tool layer. It will not cut or print. I'm going to create a rectangle in a color that will cut. I'm going to make it 12 inches by 6 inches. I'm going to round these edges just a little. Let's give it a corner radius of 0.4 under shape properties. That looks good. This is now the size and shape of my sign throughout. First thing I'm going to do is create plate number 3. Plate number 3 has the narrowest edge. I'm going to go to the offset distance and give it an offset of 0.5. Okay, and I already know the diameter of my binding posts. I want to make circles of 0.20. That's going to accommodate the thickness of my binding posts and a little more for extra. By pressing shift, I'll make a perfectly round circle. I'm going to lock that and make it 0.20. I'm going to duplicate that and put it all around. Once I've placed my 4 holes, I'm going to move this out of the way momentarily. I'm going to group this whole thing, and I'm going to duplicate it and move it down here. That's going to be plate 3. Remove this inner frame. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to regroup these. Carry this over here. Now I'm going to make plate 2. I've ungrouped the border from the holes so that I can do an interior offset. It's going to be 3/4 of an inch. That's the thickness of my top frame and the thickness of my bottom frame. Now I'm going to move these words out of the way temporarily. I'm going to duplicate all of this. I'm actually going to group it so it doesn't get mixed up. And this is the same for the plate 4, the top frame. So you've got a little sandwich here. Back frame, plate 2, plate 3, which is narrower and is going to hold the door. Plate 4 goes on top. That's the sandwich for the door. I'm going to place my notes back inside so I can remember which material I want to cut this with. Which one needs sticky? Next, I'm going to create my sliding door by creating a square. I know that my interior frame is 11 by 5. So I will make a rectangle actually. It's going to be 5.5, which is half of 11 by 5. Okay, the only thing is I want it to be a little loose in the frame. I want it to slide. I don't want it to be really tight. So I'm going to make the height only 4.95. I'm going to lock that so it doesn't change. And I'll show you, it's going to fit right in here and it's going to slide back and forth. I have pulled a microphone icon off of Creative Fabrica. I'm going to center it within this door, the bullseye up top, and I'm going to add 2 finger holes to help slide the door. They're each going to be a 1/2 inch in diameter. Once again, I'll create a circle, hold down the shift key to make it a perfect circle. And I'm gonna type in 0.5, half an inch. I'm gonna duplicate that and place one here. I'm eyeballing this and I'm going to center it horizontally. The other one, I will do the same and center it horizontally. Okay, that's our door. I have letters that I downloaded off of Cuddle. You can see they're going to be cut out of acrylic and there's a score line to help you read the letters. That score line is a different color. I'll be able to do the settings in a lighter line. I duplicated those, created them into a different setting, which will be in the center of my door. It's just going to be scored in the back of the door. And I'm just going to make sure that this fits nicely in this frame. Okay, I'm going to make sure this door is going to cover both sides. You'll want to check with your holes in place. There we go. Door is designed. I did decide to cut my frame 2 and my frame 3 up into pieces so that I could fit it onto a smaller portion of scrap material. If you'd like me to post a video on how I did that, leave a comment below. All of this will cut out of one piece. So now I am sending the backboard and the front slider door to the laser. Hit send. I'll rename that just to make sure I can find it properly on the machine. Back plate. Frame it out. I really hope I didn't make any mistakes. I really do. I hope this comes out how I plan. Focus one more time just for good measure. So it starts first with the engrave, which is how I sent it in that order. Now the laser is marking the score lines on the backboard, which is going to be used to help place the letters. Okay, now we're cutting out the back plate. There we go. There's my back plate. Okay, I have my letter material set up. It does have 3M on the back. So I'm going to frame it for my letters that I sent. And that is going to fit. And I'm going to focus. There we go. There we go. Starting to cut the letters. It's already done the scores. And we're all done cutting the letters. Apologies, I'm a little out of focus here. And you can see these letters are just a little sticky because of the fact that I have the 3M adhesive on the back of the material already. Okay, I now have my mid-frame material. It has 3M sticky on both sides. And I'm just going to frame that and focus it. This is actually plate number 3, and because I broke it up into pieces, it's now able to fit on this scrap material, which is about 4 inches wide. Easy peasy. Here I've been able to fit this inner frame onto about a 3-inch wide strip of scrap instead of taking up a whole 6-inch wide portion of the sheet. So these are the pieces for plate 3, which is the frame for the sliding door. And then now we have plate 2, which will hold the door off of the back plate. Now I will do my top frame. This is Eco wood from Smoky Hill. It's already finished. It is creating some smoke here on this. I forgot to mask this material, but let's see how it looks on the other side. I still have enough to cut another one if I need to. So this Eco wood is pre-finished. It's very nice. So it has a, let's see, look, it wipes right off actually, the smoke on this Eco wood. It's super nice. It's not expensive either. I will first apply my letters. Once I have applied all of the letters onto the back plate, I'm going to do plate number 2, which will hold the sliding door away from those dimensional letters. I did run out of 3M adhesive sheets, so I am using E6000 glue, and I'm actually not too concerned about the adhesive here because it's all going to be held together at the corners with binding posts. Next, I'm going to apply plate 3, which is the frame for the sliding door. And I do have 3M applied to both sides of this. So first I peel it off the back, place that down. Once I get them all down, I will peel the 3M again. Now it's time to layer in the sliding door. Make sure that it clears the letters and apply the top frame. Altogether, my 4 layers of sign add up to a 1/2 inch. So I chose 1/2 inch binding posts to go through 4 layers of 1/8 inch acrylic. When you're planning your sign, you do need to make sure that your sliding door is going to pass over the letters on the backboard. My letters are cut from 1/16 inch acrylic, and that is thinner than the plate number 2, which holds the door up off the back plate. And whoop, here is the finished product. Do not disturb. So I attached my sign to my office door with command strips, and I decided I didn't really like the etched microphone, so I cut another microphone out of the white acrylic. Now my husband can either knock before he comes in or do not disturb while I'm recording or on a video call.